GATE means Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. It is conducted by any one of the IITs every year. It is an all India level examinations for BE graduates. The questions consist of 100 marks, comprises of multi-choice questions, and we have to enter the answer in the space provided in the question. It is the online examinations. The calculator itself displayed online. That calculator is different from what we use in the class. Negative mark for wrong answers, only for multi-choice questions. For fill in the blanks type of questions, no negative marks. Even the answer is wrong, you will not get any negative mark. Since I am the faculty from the mechanical engineering, I focus only in mechanical engineering syllabus. It consists of 4 parts. The mathematics one, it is common to all branches. Questions also common to all the branches. Then design stream. In the design stream, we have the engineering mechanics, strength of materials, kinematics of machinery, machine designs, and theory of machines, vibrations, mechanical vibrations. In thermal engineering, we have the fluid mechanics in the machinery, heat and mass transfer, basic thermodynamics, and applied thermodynamics. In the manufacturing, all the remaining subjects, what we have studied in the BE curriculum, production engineering, OR, production planning and control, metrology, everything is covered in the manufacturing stream. So why we have to write the GATE exams? To get admission in IIT, GATE score is mandatory. Without the GATE score, you will not get admission in IITs. Whether it is stipend or without stipend, GATE is mandatory to get admissions. Then in Anna University and some of the affiliated engineering colleges, quota is provided for GATE score. So if you are admitted under the GATE score, you are eligible to get this stipend monthly 18,000 per month at present. Apart from this, if you have the valid GATE score, you can directly appear for the interview in all public sector company in India. You need not write any test conducted by the public sector exam. So you are eligible for appearing for the interview directly. Then employment in the central government, you will be given preference. So based on this GATE score only, I got the placement in Delhi Government Engineering College. Even though I was very average in interview, I got selected only because of my GATE score. It is also helpful to write the examinations or the engineering service examinations. It is equivalent to IAS examinations. So if you pass in engineering service exams, you will be appointed as the engineer in the central government. After completing your PG, if you want to do PhD, you are eligible for getting stipend of rupees 60,000 per month under National Doctor Fellowship Scheme. So in this, the rank list is prepared based on your UG mark, PG mark, and GATE score. Only in selected institute, this scheme is conducted. So this is another advantage of having GATE score. So what is the difference between the university examinations and the GATE examinations? Here I want to tell even the students with more than 9 CGPA failed to get gate score. The reason in university, all university examinations, you are all aware, we check only the memory power of the students, not intelligence of the students. Whereas in the gate examinations, your level of intelligence and knowledge is tested. We focus only on the fundamentals of engineering. Only if you are strong in the fundamentals, we can get passed in the gate examinations. Without any fundamental knowledge, mere memory power, mere memorizing the formula, it will not help to get passed in the gate examinations. Applications, you must know the applications of the concepts or any theorem. Suppose the first law of thermodynamics, directly in gate examinations, say the first law of thermodynamics, they won't ask like that. Only they will check the applications of first law, whether you know to apply the first law or any other law of science. In university examination, all of you know, many of the questions are repeatedly asked. All of you know. The questions available in the textbook without changing any data are asked in the university examinations. So you can practice such a problem. If you practice, you can. So if you practice the problems available in the textbook, you can get passed and you can get. You cannot expect any repetition of questions in the gate examination. Whereas in the university, you can expect the repetition of questions in the university exam. It is only online examination, not paper-based examinations. The eligibility mark is fixed based on the marks obtained by the students and the number of scholarship the government is going to offer. So it is not a fixed one. Eligibility mark is not fixed one. It is a floating type. So year after year, this mark will increase or decrease. So why students find it difficult in getting score in gate? The problem starts with the class. In the class, the concepts are not taught in the colleges. What is done in the class? Only the content available in the book is transferred to the student. Even without the help of the faculty also, the student can study the material, what is available in the book. Then we train the students such that we have to select the suitable formula, then we have to plug in the data, then by operating the calculator, we are well versed in operating the calculator, then you will get the answer. But in the gate exams, no such type of questions are asked. Later we will discuss the difference between the university pattern and the gate exam pattern. Mainly faculty are not aware of the breadth and depth of the gate exam questions. The reason is they did not have any exposure or they never appeared for the gate examinations. So without the valid gate score, no faculty can teach or can train the students for the gate examinations. The lack of awareness to the students students are not aware about the importance of this exam. It is the prestigious one. Having a GATE score is the prestigious one. Wherever you go, you will be given preference. So that kind of awareness is not given in the class. Then no proper guidance are given to the students. It becomes business. Many private tuition centers charge exorbitant fees, but they conduct the classes with inexperienced faculty. So to prepare the GATE examinations, to get GATE score, you have to give your 100% effort, then only you can succeed in the GATE examinations. Now, we will see the pattern asked in the university and in GATE exams with some sample questions. See one such question is asked in the GATE 2005. The following four figures have been drawn to represent fixatious thermodynamic cycle on the PV and the TS planes. Is there anyone from mechanical? No. Then it's difficult to understand. So here the four sketches are given for figure 1, 2, 3, 4. First one is PV diagram, second one is TS diagram. Both are in clockwise directions. Then third and fourth figure, PV diagram in anti-clockwise directions, TS diagram in anti-clockwise directions. Here, the first law of thermodynamics for the cycle, cyclic integral of dq is equal to cyclic integral of this is t into ds by the second law of thermodynamics. dq reversible is equal to tds. This is p dt. So area of TS diagram is equal to area of PV diagram. This is applicable only for reversibles. Here, the first law of thermodynamics is asked in different way. So this is the difference. Next question asked in the GATE examinations, also in thermodynamics. The cyclic device can be reversible heat engine, irreversible heat pump, or reversible refrigerator, and irreversible heat engine and irreversible heat pump or irreversible refrigerator. So together we have to identify from the given data. Here the heat is taken by the cyclic device from the three sources, 100 Kelvin and 500 Kelvin, and the device rejects the heat to 300 Kelvin. Here we are going to use both the first law and the second law. get the answer. First law of thermodynamics and the second law of thermodynamics. From the first law, to get net work output from a cycle, because the device is the cyclic device. The first law, W net is equal to Q net. Here the device gets heat from the two sources, Q1 plus Q2 minus Q3, because from the first two source it gets heat, minus sign reject the heat to the third device. If this value is positive, then given device is heat engine. If this value is negative, because negative means negative work is done on the system, network is done on the system. So this is valid for only heat pump or refrigerator. So from the algebraic sum of the heat transfer, we can come to know that whether it is the heat engine or heat pump or refrigerator. Then how to identify it is reversible or irreversible? Reversible or irreversible? From the second law, delta S of universe is equal to 0, then it is a reversible device. If delta S of universe is greater than 0, then it is irreversible. Irreversible device. If delta S of universe less than 0, impossible. You cannot have such a device, impossible device. So this is the application of the second law. Questions from the heat and mass transfer in the radiation unit. The question is radiative heat transfer is intended between the inner surface of two very large isothermal parallel metal plates, while the upper plate, designated as plate 1, is a black surface and is the warmer one, being maintained at 727 degrees centigrade. The lower plate is a diffuse and grey surface with an emissivity of 0.7 and is kept at 227 degrees centigrade. Assuming that the surfaces are sufficiently large to form a two-surface enclosure and a steady state condition to exist, Stephen Boltzmann constant is given, and what is asked is the irradiations for the plate 1 is asked. Normally we neglect this portion, irradiation and radiosity. So in the radiations, the two important terms we used to neglect. Only we focus in heat exchange between the two plates.
This is asked in Anna University. Normally they will ask. So in the GATE exams, radiosity may be asked and irradiation. This is represented as J, this is represented as G. Usually we neglect. We'll see what is irradiations. It is nothing but amount of energy incident on the surface per square meter is the irradiations, represented as G. This is irradiation. Then radiosity, J is defined as the incident ray, sum of the incident ray is reflected, it is rho into G. Then while heating the plate, the energy is emitted, epsilon EB. If it is block surface, epsilon equal to 1. For non-block surface, epsilon is less than 1. So this is J. So radiosity is defined as amount of energy reflected and emitted. The sum of these two, emitted energy per square meter. So while keeping the plate at a temperature T, we need to supply heat. Now Q is G minus J. The heat balance will give you the G, heat supplied, then J. Q plus G equal to J. So Q is equal to J minus G. So from this, to find out G irradiation of any surface, J minus Q. Now in the second part, the heat exchange between the two plates are asked. This we can calculate. This is regular university questions. EB minus EB2 per square meter, 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus 1 by F12, 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 2. So this is the heat transfer, heat exchange between this plate 1 and 2. For the first part, epsilon 1 is equal to 0 because it is a block plate, block surface. So Q by A, we can calculate. EB1 minus EB2 is nothing but sigma into T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4. Here the V factor is 1. The reason is it is sufficiently large to form an enclosure. This statement is given in the problem. So 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 2. The second plate emissivity is given as 0.7, I think. So the Q by A we can get this per square meter. So Q by A we can get from this formula. Then J1 for the plate 1, G1 is equal to J1 minus Q by A. I think it is correct. Yeah. G1 equal to J minus Q by A. Now J1 I have to calculate. Normally in the radiation we have the 3 resistance. EB1, EB2, instant J1, J2. This is the space resistance, these two are surface resistance. This is 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 1, 1 by A1 F12, so per square meter, so we can neglect A epsilon 2 by epsilon 2. For the plate 1, it is given as block surface, so epsilon is equal to 1. So this resistance you will not get. So for the first part, it is simplified as EB1 equal to J1. So there is no resistance between these two. So since J1 is epsilon 1, EB1, which is equal to sigma into T1 power 4. Sigma is 5.67 into 10 power minus 8. The temperature must be substituted in Kelvin. So I will get J1. So we can get G1 irradiations for the first plate. If irradiations for the second plate is asked, suppose, we can use this formula. Q by A, we have already calculated. So J1 minus J2 J1 minus J2 divided by 1 by F12. So this is 1, J1 minus J2 is equal to 1. Already we have calculated Q by A. Say J2, I can calculate it, J1 minus Q by A. So in radiations, we must know the knowledge of irradiation and radiosity.